Vietnamese foods. And if you can look at this place, no, this is our second branch. Ang pinaka-main branch namin yung sa Bangka-Bangka. Yung family namin, yung Rene Saigon Rene is my older brother. And then I'm the youngest, Raymond. And then the legacy, siyempre itong Rene Saigon is kumbaga legacy ni nanay. So na-enjoy yung food.
Of course naman, sir.
So, how was it? First time yung natikman ito sa amin? First time yung matikman Vietnamese food o sa amin?
First time ko
Matikman yung Vietnamese food and then...
Hindi naman first time na Vietnamese food, pero first time dito sa
Have you been to Vietnam? Not yet.
Soon. Hopefully soon.
Okay, so if any plan, then let me know, then I can guide you where we want to go to Vietnam.
Sir, marami nagsasabi na this is within Palawan, proudly na authentic Vietnamese food to.
Actually, kung baga sa if you have read yung malit na backstory na ako nagsulat nun, sa menu, then what we post on the wall, yung backstory ni nanay. Siya yung talagang nag-umpisa dito ng Vietnamese food dito sa mainstream, no, sa Palawan. Actually, it started nung panahon ng mga refugee camp dito sa Palawan. But then yung story ni nanay, we came here 1975. So yung pinagmulan niya, naumpisa si nanay na tinda-tinda ng mga Vietnamese food nung panahon pa ng nasa Mandaluyong pa kami, no? When we first arrived in the Philippines in 1975. So yun dun. And then once na nagkaroon ng Vietnamese refugee camp dito napunta si nanay, she started working for a Vietnamese restaurant inside the camp. And then soon, siya yung nag-umpisa na maggawa ng mga noodles sa labas ng kampo to cater to the mainstream Palaweños. And then that's how it started. Yeah.
Speaking of authentic, paano natin masasabi, sir, na authentic ang isang Vietnamese dish?
Well, marami, no? It's actually, we are proud to say na we are truly authentic. So it started from the soup base. If you look at yung sa pho noodle, yun ang kumbaga sa ay national food ng Vietnamese, no? It's the soup base. But if you look at the soup, maraming klaseng soup yan. And then yung mga ingredients namin, halos galing lahat sa Vietnam. Yung mga pinaka-main ingredients in the soup, no? And then the way we prepare, siyempre, yung mga techniques namin na ginagawa namin sa soup, kami yun. So it's really authentic because we simmer yung bone broth for more than 10 hours plus yung mga ingredients. I cannot say yung mga ingredients, but at the, yung masasabi ko, lahat galing ng Vietnam. Ang di lang galing sa Vietnam, yung mga karne, yung mga meat, no? Dahil siyempre it has to be fresh. But then yung mga dry na spices, it comes from Vietnam. And then of course yung mga noodles galing halak sa Vietnam. Yeah.
Actually, may gusto lang akong explanation mula kay Casey kanina.
Yeah.
Yung tungkol sa Xiaolong. Paano siya naging pho? Tama ba? Pho.
Ano yung story ng pho?
Well, actually, sa Vietnamese, we call the noodle soup pho. The pho is it's actually a term used for rice noodle. If maybe later on, if you go to Vietnam, you ask for pho, and they will serve you very silky, smooth rice noodles with soup base. Ang soup base marami yan. You have beef, you have chicken, you have vegetarian. So there are many variants of pho. Now, ang chow long, in Vietnamese term, it's rice porridge, it's plain lugaw with pork innards, meaning lamang loob ng baboy. Lamang loob ng baboy. Now, nakaroon ng parang mistranslation since Vietnamese refugees time in Palawan. So, kasi ang Meron backstory din ng paano naging chow lang yung pho. No? So, ang as I can recall, yung isang Vietnamese doon na nagtitinda dati ng chow lang, yung lugaw. Tapos, nung binibenta sa mga Pinoy dito, ang mga Pinoy dati nakahanap ng pho. Talaga kasi nung parang ng Vietnamese River Chicken, maraming pho. So, makabenta siya. Nung hinanap ng pho, binenta niya yung lugaw niya, pero sinabi niya yung chow lang. So, yun doon nagkaroon ng mistranslation. And then, ayun na yun. Nung napunta dito sa Main Street, naging chow lang na. Although, as far as we concern, no, sa amin, we want to call it as it should be pho. Because we want to celebrate yung authentic Vietnamese cuisine. And then, not to downgrade o ano sa pagkain kasi we want to celebrate also yung tamang expression ng pagkain in Vietnamese terms. We want to, in a way, promote yung establishment namin. Una-una yung minana namin sa kanya namin, yung legacy ni nanay. Pangalawa, we want to have a base here in Palawan. We can proudly say na this is a place where you go to enjoy Vietnamese food. Kahit na hindi ka magpunta sa Vietnam, pag napunta ka dito, you can really enjoy truly authentic Vietnamese foods. And if you can look at this place now, this is our second branch. Ang pinaka-main branch namin yung sa Bangkaw. Yung kung mapunta nyo rin, may mga item doon kasi doon na wala dito. Yung mga new specialty items. Now, since I live in Australia and then in Vietnam, I really want to promote yung pinaka-authentic. Yung itong design nito, ang architect ko is Vietnamese. So, if you can recall yung mga terracotta bricks yan galing ng Vietnam. It's really from Vietnam. So, I want to keep it simple. But yung design namin, concept namin, the first phase pa lang. Mayroon pa kami second phase. So, it will be a compound, itong area nito. So, ang next step namin is a Vietnamese coffee and tea concept. But it's really 100% Vietnamese. I cannot divulge yung plan namin, but pag naggawa na namin, maging compound to na you can really savor yung feel ng Vietnamese.
Sir, may tanong ako.
Yeah.
Since ito po yung legacy ni mother nyo, yung recipe ba ng pho ngayon is yun pa rin yung recipe nung nakaraan? Same?
It is. Although, ako rin kasi I live overseas for quite a long time. Siyempre, I have to follow kung ano yung trend na i-enhance yung flavor. Now, if you notice na ang mapakain namin ngayon dito, we don't use MSG. So, yun ang pinaka-trend because I live in Australia. So, ang trend, even in the US, ang trend ayaw nila ng MSG. So, I thought na if I want to introduce something different and healthier option, mas ma-appreciate ng tao. But, yung pinaka-recipe galing kay nanay lang.
Over the years, sir, technically speaking, parang pagdating sa taste, technically magkaiba yung Filipino taste and Vietnamese taste. Pero over the years, ano sa palagay niyo yung parang Filipinos truly embraced the Vietnam
Actually, naging popular ang Vietnamese cuisine ngayon dahil nga mas maraming tao nakakapunta sa Vietnam and then overseas maraming if you go to Australia, Sydney and Melbourne, and then US, California, mainly, ang Vietnamese cuisine is really booming. And then sa mga Pinoy naman, ngayon nagpupunta sa Vietnam. So they really start discovering and enjoying Vietnamese food. Ngayon, since nandito kami sa Palawan, siyempre, we need to cater yung sa taste ng local taste ng Katapano. So, siyempre, mas bawas yung anghang. Yeah. And second, mas bawas yung spices. Kasi nga, if you go to Vietnam and you taste yung pinaka-authentic o Vietnamese flavor, heavy on spices. And then yung iba, medyo hindi sanay dito sa atin. Kasi parang lasang gamot. So, yun binawasan natin. Pero overall, it is what it is. Authentic collection.
Sir, for first time,
Yeah.
napupunta ng magta-try ng Vietnamese cuisine, what can you recommend? yung something na hindi naman biglang mo siya shock with the flavor, something na will be appealing to your palate.
Actually, kung ano yung ina-offer namin, it's more of cater to the mass market,
Yeah.
mainstream. For example, lahat ng mga items namin, we are geared towards yung sa popular taste, no? Like yung bread and may namin. Have you tried that?
Super sarap.
Diba?
Actually, gusto ko yung crunchy na ano.
Yung bread namin, kami gumagawa. So, actually, yung equipment namin galing pa ng Vietnam. Yung palaman, yung ham, kami gumagawa. Yung liver pate, mayonnaise, egg mayonnaise, lahat kami yun.
Homemade daw nga,
Yeah,
sir.
homemade. And then, of course, yung noodles, no? Have you, if you, yung fresh rolls, yung boom, that's fresh vermicelli. Fried spring roll, yung mga ganun. Accessible ang lasa niya, hindi siya kumbaga off-putting in the sense na pagbago ka, pag natikman mo, medyo maano pa lang. So, halimbawa sa inyo, no, kung meron man yung first na, ma-appreciate nyo agad. Yeah? And then yung drinks namin, yung coffee, tea items, they're all natural. Kami kasi dito puro natural, no? So ang ginagamit namin sa natural herbs, natural tea, and then of course yung coffee namin is water from the coffee beans, they're robusta. So yeah, yung next step namin is really to have a full coffee and tea lounge area dito to really cater the customers. And also, I think also to come up with a bakery, so yung cakes and rice cakes items na authentic Vietnamese. That's the plan there. Tingnan natin eventually.
Is there any plans of having the branch in Manila?
Kaya ako umuwi dito. Actually, I'm still based in Australia and then Virginia City. Pero since nawala si nanay 2 years ago, I promised na umuwi ako and then me and my brother we're developing this. Actually, we go slowly, but the plan is really to go to a franchise level. So, yun nga, para ano lang namin, firm up yung operation, logistics, and then we can expand outside of Palawan. But that's the plan. I don't know how long it takes, but eventually, kasi, di ba, mas marami tayong masiserve pag ganun. And una-una kung napansin nyo, the quality of food, kayo na rin magkakapagsabi. The second thing is, even though ganun ang quality, we want to make it accessible, so hindi masyadong mahal. No? At the right range. Kasi halos lahat ng raw items namin puro imported, even our sources are imported from the to make it really authentic. But then let's see, that's my plan.
And lastly, sir, what's with the name? Bakit po Rene Saigon?
Actually, Rene Saigon is harking back to our motherland. That's Vietnam, and of course Saigon is Saigon. It's a place in Vietnam, what we call the Ho Chi Minh City. Kung pwede ko lang siguro, kasi nung panahon na yun, yung kuya ko nagpangalan ng Rene Sabio. Dapat Rene Saigon. Hindi lang siya Rene. But that's fine. Nandun na yung pangalan. So, that's okay. I'm more interested, anong passion ko is really to nurture the legacy and promote yung authenticity ng pagkain ng Vietnamese food because we have so much to offer. We have so much to offer. Ang ano lang kasi, we don't want to rush, especially dahil siyempre, ang pinakaano namin yung resources, yung manpower, So we have to train the people well. Hindi naman kami pwedeng hire ng Vietnamese talaga pupunta dito. So slowly, kasi yung mga tao din namin, we have to train them. To really understand the process and yung food process ng Vietnamese way. So it takes time.
And thank you po, sir.
Thank you.
Salamat po.